I want you to find your emotional imprints, and I want you to be able to clearly see the underlying mechanisms and the patterns that are repeatedly triggered day in and day out. I want you to see you for who you really are. I want you to find what makes you tick. And then I want you to be empowered and to know that you can dissolve it, that you can do away with the whole thing to begin with. You can stop it, and you can create a life that is truly yours. You can create a life that it comes from a deep and loving and a nourishing place within you. So in this video, we're going to walk through what a survey looks like on how you can quickly and safely identify these patterns and these things that are triggered within you, so that we can work on later videos on how to disarm them. That's the whole goal here, is to disarm and remove these emotional imprints so that we can be free. So let's get going in this video. So to begin, to take a look at ourselves, we need to do it safely so we don't ruin your day when you look at something that's a little unpleasant. We do this by finding 5 things in our surrounding environment. And this is generally a good exercise to do anyways if you're feeling a little unsettled or a little triggered, but just through your day to day. But you just find 5 distinct things in your surrounding environment and you just identify them. This is a coffee cup. This is a grill, for example. So five things that ground you to the moment, and grab a notebook or a piece of paper, whatever you can write on, because we're going to do some writing today. The next thing on your piece of paper, once you have it, you're going to write down 3 words into separate columns. These are your column headers. So label them loops, reflexes, and body alarms. We're going to go into what these means as we talk through this video, but just go ahead and label these 3 columns: loops, reflexes, and body alarms. Before you begin, we need to set the intention and the tone. This is a tone of curiosity, and our intention is to see and to take responsibility for that which we see, what we identify here. So we're going to be very curious. We're going to be very loving and accepting of what we see and what we write down. One thing to be very, very, very careful of is to avoid any judgment, any sort of evaluating whether something is wrong or something is right. This is not the time nor the place to discriminate. So now on to the meat and bulk of the process. Loops. Loops are these memories that just replay over and over again. They just go over and over, and they happen multiple times a day or multiple times in a week. Reflexes are the predictable patterns, that behavior patterns that you will act out given a certain stimulus, given a certain trigger. For example, if a friend criticizes you and critiques something that you've said or done, you shut down or you become combative. These are reflexes. These are your knee-jerk reactions. Last but not least, body alarms. When you are feeling something in your body physically, or a sense of dread or a sense of anxiety that suppresses you, these are your body alarms. So once you have several entries into each of these categories and sorted by loops, reflexes, or body alarms, what I want you to do next is, for each one on a new page, list them out and add what triggers it, how intense the reaction or memory or your body alarm is on a scale of 0 to 5. How frequent does this happen? And where in your body does it occur? Should it present itself in your body? Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. Once you have a good sample size to begin with, because we don't want to overdo this, but we do want to do enough so that we can choose the top 3 out of what you've written. And we choose the top 3 by combining how frequently does the event, how frequently does it occur, whatever it is, and how intense is it. Once we're at a stopping point and you have identified your top 3 emotional imprints, we need to stop. We need to recover. We need to ground ourselves back into the moment, back into this present. So that just in case anything that had been stirred up or aggravated or triggered through our survey, we can cool it back down and we can go about our day peacefully. So all we need to do, we could do our simple 5-point grounding exercise, or I have a video over here on your right-hand side that shows you 5 different grounding exercises that you can employ on this topic. The thing I want you to do today or sometime this week is do this self-survey, 5, 10 examples of emotional patterns or memories or reflexes that you routinely go through each week. And this could be snapping at your child. This could be yelling at your wife. This could be feeling anxiety or pressure when your boss asks you to do something. Whatever it is, write it down. And the mere action of writing down on a piece of paper here, it strips away its first layer of protection. It strips away the ambiguity. It strips away the unknowingness of it all. Because once we lay our eyes on it, if we can see it, we can solve it. And so with that, I bid you farewell and all the best. Have a great weekend ahead. Take care.